Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry, 24/7 shopping available. 160920 is the code. Show her some love, like she showed us.
Welcome everybody to another episode of Biggie Skinny Show featuring me and Messaround.
We are here, and guess what? Football is back, baby. Football is back. And tonight, we're going to have a very fun episode for you. You want to know why? Because this show is completely unscripted. This show, we go in unscripted. We have no idea what we're going to be talking about. Anybody have any topics they want us to talk about? Drop it right over there in the comment box, and we will gladly go ahead and talk about it. But we have to start out with, of course, the Hall of Fame game, and there's only a reason for it. I want to start out about the Hall of Fame game because there was this particular comment that somebody left on Facebook, right? And as soon as I saw this comment, I was like, I got to talk about this because I was like, Messaround's going to get a kick out of this. So the game ended, and I'm sitting at the gym. I'm clanging and banging, clanging and banging, clanging and banging. I mean, and I'm sweating. I was like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and pick up my phone, check it really quick. And then as I'm going through, I'm like looking at the comments. I'm like, dude, you got to be kidding me. Like this Raiders fan, he goes on there and posts, I told y'all the Raiders are for real. Did you see?
I knew where you were going with that.
We just wrecked the Jaguars. So we just put everybody on notice. And I said, congratulations. Your third and fourth string was better than the Jaguars' third and fourth string.
Right. I don't get why people make such a big deal out of wins and losses in, like fan bases. They make such a big deal out of wins and losses in preseason. Oh, we beat the defending champions in preseason. So what? It's preseason. You're not playing the starters the whole game.
Exactly. That's the thing. Like, everybody gets so excited. Look, I get it. You know, it's football. It's preseason. You want your team, your team to win. I get it. You know, it's even nice to see him win in preseason. But winning in preseason is like dating your cousin. It's like, who cares?
Look at the Browns. Didn't they go 4-0 that year in the preseason and lost every game in the regular season?
Huh?
The Browns, didn't they go undefeated in the preseason that year? They went 0-16.
Yeah, they went undefeated. So, like, when you look at that, it's like going undefeated in the preseason means nothing. It means nothing whatsoever. Preseason games. So look, I'm not going to sit here and say that if Green Bay went 4-0 in the preseason, I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, look at that, they're going to win the Super Bowl. If freaking Houston Texans went 4-0 in the play, which keep in mind, I believe last year, the Texans went something like 3-1 or 4-0 in the preseason or some crap like that, and they sucked in the regular season.
Right.
So when it comes to preseason, it's okay to cheer your team on, okay? It's completely okay to cheer for them. It's completely okay to be happy that they won. But to come out and win a preseason game and say, see, I told y'all we were going to be good. So what? Your fourth string and your third and fourth string was better than Jaguars' third and fourth string. Congratulations.
Listen, the only thing that preseason matters to, the people matters to, are the coaches and those third and fourth stringers trying to make the team.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. You have those certain guys who are fighting for playoff spots.
That's all it is. I mean, yeah, it's good to get your starters ramped up and get the offensive line gelling and all that good stuff, but it's mainly all about the backups and everything else. So,
what's up, Brandon?
Yeah. What's up, B?
Yeah, but so, and that's kind of like when they were talking about how they were trying to shorten the preseason a little bit more. There's only like one reason why I really don't like that, and that's really, I kind of don't like it from like a coach's standpoint, you know, because a coach has to sit there and be like, okay, what guys are going to make the team, right? And so when you shorten the preseason like that, it makes it difficult for the coaches to be able to sit there and actually assess the different players, especially if you go from like 4 games in preseason to 2. You're only giving the coaches 2 games now to be like, okay, who's going to go, who's going to stay. That hurts dearly.
Right, it's really going to make it tough when it comes to those roster cuts.
Yeah, and it's hard for guys to sit there and showcase what they have, because you see like the first preseason game, if they were to come out, generally what happens? Your starters don't play very much. You know,
they might play maybe a handful of downs.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe a handful of downs. They pull you out. Your second string comes in, plays most of the game, and then you might even have 4 quarterbacks on your roster going in because
right.
You don't know, because you have no idea who your backup's going to be or whatever. So with 2 games, your 4 quarterbacks might get to play a handful of snaps.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the whole cutting down to 2. I'm with you. I like the 4 where you get the full preseason to evaluate what you got and who's going to make it. And usually that's where you find the diamonds in the rough. It's through those 4 preseason games. So without that, there's gonna be a lot of guys that fall through the cracks. I think. Did you freeze on us, Ace? Oh, you're back. Okay.
Nope, I'm here. I'm good. Yeah. So Chuck Hoffman is saying preseason is to stay healthy and to not get cut. And he's right. Preseason is all about going out there, staying healthy, and then making the team. That's what it's about. And so Chuck Hoffman is one of our technically sponsors. He owns the Oregon Cougars. He coaches the Oregon Cougars. We do all of his streaming stuff for.
Oh, right on! Congratulations on your inaugural season.
Yeah, and then Brandon Herrera is saying preseason means nothing, like someone who I won't say sports takes. I know, exactly right. Yep. We're definitely going to get there. But anyway, so I, for one, am glad that football's back. I really am.
You know, I am too. I'm not a fan of either team, but I still watch it. You bet I did. It's football. I don't care.
Absolutely. We know that the actual preseason starts out. The first games are like the 10th through the 12th. Is the actual
week 1.
Opening, yeah, is the actual opening side. So you have week 1 of preseason, the 10th through the 12th. I think we're all getting very excited for it.
I know I am. We opened up against my brother's team, the Chiefs.
Oh, nice. Well, yet again, you're probably not going to see a lot of starters in that game.
No. It's preseason. Who cares?
What I like about preseason though is like a lot of times you get to see your rookies. So you're like, oh, we drafted that guy in the first round, or we drafted that guy in the second round. You're like, now I get to see if I think he has potential or whatever. And so you get to go in there and actually see him showcase his skills.
Yeah, that's the best part, especially when you take a quarterback high in the draft. You want to see if he's got it, or if he shows flashes of having it. I know back when even last year when we took Fields, seeing him on the field for the first time was cool.
Man, yeah, but let's get excited, because that means that opening day for the regular season is right around the corner.
I know. I was talking to my son about this during the game, and I said, Dave, I can't wait for September to get here, but I bet you can. He's like, I know. I don't want to go back to school.
Yeah, that means it's school side. Definitely here. So hold on, give me a sec here. I gotta do this really quick. All right, so how about we jump over here? I know it's not really, NBA season because NBA ended not too long ago. But
wait,
today,
before we jump there, I was just gonna mention one thing. Was that was Kyle Slaughter, right? From the XFL or the United Football League?
Slaughter, yes, from the United Football League, yes. So
he looked good there, but even in the NFL against third and fourth stringers, he looked like crap. You tell the difference even with third and fourth stringers are so much better in that league.
But you know what? But that's why I'm saying though, like that's why when these like fall leagues come out, like the USFL and the XFL, there's a reason why I want them to succeed. And the reason why I want them to succeed is because a lot of these guys like get cut off of these NFL teams. So when they get cut off these NFL teams, at least they have a chance to like go out and showcase a little bit of what they can do.
Right,
And
like
then,
a second chance.
Yeah. And then, you know, an NFL team might look at that and be like, you know what? I want to take a look at him. I want to bring him in. He might be something. Like we just signed from the Breakers. It's Big B. As the Breakers, we signed Canella, the tight end from the Breakers. So to me, I always thought he was actually good in USFL. So I was like, why not bring him in and give him a shot? And they did. So that's the one reason why I like the fall leagues.
Well, no, I'm not. No, I'm just saying you tell the difference of the level of competition there.
No, I get it too. Trust me, I get it too. But I'm saying at least he had a chance to go out and showcase USFL and say, look, I'm showing that I have some talent. And the NFL goes, okay, he's showing he has some talent. A team cut him in the NFL. Let's bring him in and let's see if it can translate to over here. Let's give him a shot. And then they bring him in and they go, okay, so he's not that good. But they gave him a shot. And that's what he's there for. That's what those fall leagues are for, is to try.
You know what else is funny is Nick Mullins looked like crap too, and the fourth string quarterback looked better than Mullins did.
Right? Right?
How's your boy, Isaiah?
Yeah. So Big B, welcome in.
What's up, guys?
Hey,
What's up?
Not much.
How
We're
you
just
guys
talking.
doing?
Good. We're just talking a little bit of preseason. We're talking about like the fall leagues when USFL comes in and the XFL and stuff. And we're just mainly talking about how we think it's actually a pretty dang good idea, only because the guys get to kind of showcase a little bit of their talent. So would you agree that the fall leagues are kind of a good idea?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's just, I mean, you could kind of compare it to the summer league in basketball. I mean, I know those are mainly rookies, but I mean, that's all they're doing is showcasing their talent. And, you know, if they get signed, they get signed. I mean, you know, there was back when XFL first started the first time around, Smart, I think it was, got picked up by a team and has had a pretty good NFL career. So, yeah, football's football. It's definitely, you know, everybody's watching it, you know, trying to be, you know, the quarterback GM on the couch, you know, per se. Oh, we should pick up this guy. We should pick up that guy. So it's definitely cool to see. And, you know, yes, the talent is different. You know, that's why they're in the fall, not in the pros. But you just never know who's going to translate their game into the pros.
Hey,
Yeah,
you talking about he hate me, right?
Yeah.
They got to put their
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a good career, a decent career in the NFL.
Yeah, but it's like you kind of talk about though. But so this shows you though that there's obviously some NFL scouts and kind of coaches and stuff that are watching the fall leagues, because then you see after the fall leagues, you see that some of these guys get signed and you're like, okay, obviously they were watching this and they were trying to scout these players too. Why they're out there. So it's obvious that they're watching.
Right,
Oh,
it's another resource.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And so that was like kind of like the thing that I heard with the XFL starting too this season, was that the XFL was trying to be like that. I don't know what you'd call like the minor leagues for like the NFL. Yeah, they were trying to be the minor leagues. They were trying to work with the NFL and be like, okay, we can get some of these younger guys out here in the XFL. They can showcase their talents. You can see them. And
well, look at Kurt Warner. He came from the NFL Europe.
Yep. No, it wasn't NFL Europe. It was indoor football.
He played for NFL Europe too.
Oh, did he go to Europe? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Doug Flutie came from the CFL.
Yep.
Right.
Herschel Walker. I mean,
Warren Moon.
Yep.
So there are people, diamonds in the rough, so to say, that you can find from these various leagues when they come out.
Yeah. I will say, and maybe I'm going out on a limb, but I would say probably in 10 years we're going to see a minor NFL league, either be the XFL or the one of these other leagues. But I would say we're going to see some kind of minor league football, coming soon.
Well, I think the biggest problem is like when everybody sits there and says, well, these fall leagues, all they do is come in, they fail because of viewership and everything else. My thing is this. My thing is when people when they come in and fail, and people say, you know what, I expected them to come in and fail. I think the biggest thing is that these guys are expecting, like the USFL, the XFL, people are expecting these leagues to be like NFL style. The problem is they're not NFL style. They're not players. If this was NFL style play, these players would be playing in the NFL.
Yep.
So that's why I look at this and I'm like, okay, you can't expect these guys to be NFL level style. They're not playing in the NFL. If they were, then you wouldn't see them playing here. So obviously it's not going to be as good as the NFL. It's just another alternate league that if you want to watch football, it's there. It's there for you to watch. Yep. And I think that's the biggest problem is people are expecting it to be as good as the NFL, and it's not going to happen.
Nope.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be the caliber, but I would say down the road we're going to see a lot of people showcase their talent and make rosters. I mean, I know as you said, diamond in the rough, and that is true, but down the road, I think we're going to see a lot more players getting their shot there and then coming up and making an impact on the NFL.
I got a question for you. With these new leagues forming, can you see a kid skipping college and going to that league for a year or two and then going to the NFL like they do in the NBA?
No, I don't, because I believe the NFL actually has a rule that you have to play. You have to play in college, and
you got to be 2 years removed from high school, I believe.
Huh?
Yeah,
I think you got to be 2 years removed from high school.
I believe. And I believe you have to have some kind of college. I think.
Yeah.
I do believe you have to, because, and I know it used to be in the NBA that if you wanted to, you could be drafted right out of high school.
Yep.
And you could go play in the NBA, as we saw with LeBron. But the thing with that now is that the NBA is like, okay, you can't do that anymore. Now they have it to where you at least have to play for at least 1 year in college before you can go play in the NBA.
Is it that they have to play in college, or they just have to be 1 year removed from high school, their high school graduation, I believe?
They have to play in college for 1 year.
No, because there's a couple guys that played overseas and got drafted that were from America.
Yeah.
Are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure it was college, but
no, I don't know, but either way,
I believe go to college.
What's that? That's around.
Didn't LaMelo Ball? No, he played for UCLA, didn't he?
Yeah.
The other brother, I think,
he played overseas. The other brother played overseas. Yeah.
But I think they've said, experts have said that in recent year, I think the offensive lineman Thomas, I think it was Joe Thomas, he's probably the only one that was pro ready coming out of high school, but he still had to go to college.
Well, the problem is like, so comparing somebody who's NFL ready to comparing somebody who's going to be NBA ready out of high school is completely different.
Oh, yeah, you're exactly right.
Yeah, because in football,
it's more physical.
Well, not only is it more physical, but you can clearly see like you go from high school to playing college ball, it's going to be a little different. But then you take that leap to the NFL, and it's like, okay, your little high school shenanigans, maybe your college stuff might work, but you get in the NFL, these guys are a lot smarter, they're quicker, they're more athletic, and that's kind of where it's a little different as opposed to the NBA. I'm not saying that they're not athletic in the NBA, but I'm saying you're more apt to get your butt kicked in the NFL coming straight out of college or coming straight out of high school than you are if you were going to be in the NBA.
Yep, exactly.
Yep.
You're going to struggle a heck of a lot more.
You're probably going to eat a pancake every play for your defensive end coming out of high school.
Oh, absolutely. But that's why in baseball, I kind of like the system that they have. And what I mean by that is, a guy gets drafted, he goes to the minors, then he might go up to AA, then he goes up to AAA, and then bam, he's right in major leagues. So, but they kind of pass him through to make sure he's ready. You have the NBA who they might go, okay, you might be playing in the G League. Okay, you might be, you might be playing in the summer league or whatever, or
you go overseas to play.
Yeah, or overseas. But in the NFL, you don't really have that. You don't have a guy who's coming, who's like, okay, you're not starting out in like AA and then going to AAA and coming up. No, you're going in there and now you either make the roster or you don't.
Right.
That's
tough. Yeah.
That in the NFL, that's what it is. You make the roster or you don't. There's no, okay, well, if you don't make it, we're sending you down to AA or AAA. No, you make it or you don't.
Yeah, and even then in MLB, they want certain guys to hit a certain mark for innings and at bats and whatnot before they even get up there.
A lot of times, yes. There was one guy who he actually plays for Atlanta. His name is Michael Harris, and he was actually in AA. He was really young, but Atlanta was like, we need a center fielder. So they had called him up, and I was like, is this guy going to be major league ready? And when he came up, he was major league ready. And so sometimes though, you just don't know. You're kind of just you're kind of taking a chance.
Yep.
Well, even last year at the White Sox, Gary Crochet didn't even go to the minors. I mean, during the COVID season, because they didn't have a minor system that year. He went straight from college and pitched that same year for the White Sox.
So, speaking of baseball, there was an interesting question that people were debating on the other day, and it made me think about it. Like, makes me really wonder. They said if there was people in MLB right now to call it quits and be like, I retire, who off the top of your head could you think of that would be a Sherlock Hall of Famer if they were to retire today? If they were going to be like, that's it, I'm done.
DeGrom.
You think DeGrom would?
He's had a low enough ERA. I mean, his injuries. I mean, I would say DeGrom. As a batter wise, I know the popular opinion is Trout, but I don't know. I mean, Harper maybe, but I'm not a big fan of Harper. But
Pujols
will. Who?
Pujols, he will.
Oh yeah. I mean, I guess okay. I thought you were talking like younger guys, but yeah, Pujols is definitely Hall of Famer.
Well, yeah. So going away from Pujols and Cabrera, which we know are Sherlocks. Yeah. So think about the younger guys. DeGrom, borderline. To me, it's borderline. I really don't. Scherzer, he might be a guy.
I was gonna say Scherzer.
Verlander.
Verlander. the polar bear out in I can't think of it, Alonzo. He might be up there.
Pete Alonso? So you think if Pete Alonso retired today, that they would put him in the Hall of Fame?
We'd probably be in talks. I mean, you just never know with these voters and what they look for. I mean, they got all these magical numbers everybody reaches, but
you talk about younger guys, Shohei Ohtani.
Well, yeah.
I still got to see a little. I mean, for what he's done, yes. Two-way player, stuff like that, and being productive, yes, he's in. I mean, no doubt about that.
But that's the reason why I was saying you would have to put him in. It's just because of how he has transformed the game from where he's like, I'm not only a pitcher, but I'm also a hitter too.
Yep.
And then you go Fernando Tatis, maybe.
Fernando, I thought it. I don't know. That one to me would be debatable.
Machado,
Val Guerrero Jr. I mean,
No, those guys are way too young that I don't think you could put them in.
Okay, so you're going in between too young and Pujols. Okay, so.
Well, no. I was just saying.
I know.
You can say them. I'm just saying I don't know that they would get in because it's like I don't think that they've been around long enough.
Okay, so you're looking for someone in between like 5 years and 10 is what you're kind of saying.
Whatever your opinion is, like I can't tell you, what's going to be right or wrong. These are guys that you could potentially maybe see going in the Hall of Fame. I'm just stating my case and saying these are reasons why I don't think they would look at these guys is because if like Vlad Guerrero Jr. was to retire, I just don't think he played long enough to where they would be like, he could make it. Pete Alonso.
I get what you're saying. I get your comparison. So,
Mike Trout, I'm right there. I think that if he retired, they might put him in.
They would put him in because they promoted him as the face of baseball. But I mean, you look at the stats. So I mean, I don't think he's going to reach those magical numbers due to injury. I don't think so. I got to look at closer at his stats. I mean, because. He honestly has to be contemplating on, how many more injuries can I take before I got to call it a career itself. So he would get in because he's the face of baseball in some people's eyes.
His career reminds me of King Griffey Jr. They could both need to stay healthy long enough. I mean, imagine if Griffey stayed healthy his whole career. He would have blown his home run numbers out of the water.
But Griffey put up so good numbers already.
Well, yeah, I'm not debating. I'm just saying that if he would have been healthy for more than what he was, he would have broke that home run record.
Oh yeah, no doubt he would have broke that home run record.
You honestly think Griffey would have broke it?
He missed 6 seasons due to injury total or something like that. Yeah, I think he would have got it.
Well, it's like. Right now, they're saying that Aaron Judge could potentially come close this year to breaking Bonds' record of 73.
If he stays hot, he can. I don't think he will stay hot though. And there's another guy, Judge. Judge is mashing the ball. I mean, he called it a career. I mean, who knows? So,
and he's a free agent at the end of the year.
Yeah, he is.
He's gonna get some paid.
Somebody is going to be paying him. So mess around. Can you think of anybody potentially right now in the MLB if they were to walk away, besides Pujols and Cabrera, which we know are automatic locks? Who would you potentially see?
Gosh, I can't remember his name, but the catcher from the Cardinals.
Oh,
Molina.
Molina.
Yep.
Yeah, Molina.
I'd like to see him and Wainwright hanging up both at the same time and go in the Hall of Fame together.
Who?
Him and Adam Wainwright.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to retire together and go in together.
Wainwright could be another one that I could potentially see.
I think they're both in.
Yeah.
I'd like to see them all retire together with Pujols, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, I think Wainwright comes up. Well, Yadier Molina has already said this is his final year.
Oh, did he? Okay, so maybe I hope Wainwright is too. I mean,
this is his final year, and Pujols is walking away.
And Pujols already said that.
And Wainwright, we don't know yet.
Yeah.
So you could actually see it. You could see the end of an era with Wainwright, Pujols, and Molina at the end of the year.
Yep.
Crazy.
Yeah, that would be the end of an era for.
That's one thing I think would have been nice if Jeter and Rivera would have retired together, because I think they came up together and played their whole career together. I think it would have been cool for both of them to go out together.
Yeah, it's always cool when you see things like that.
Yeah.
It really is. It's because you haven't really seen that much to where you get like two superstars on the same team to where they retire at the same time. Yeah. It's really not. You really don't see it.
Probably because general manager's like, "Hey, I need one of you to stick around and carry this team for another year."
Right. Yeah. Sometimes it just happens like that. But I don't know. I can't really think of a lot of names off the top of my head that if they walked away now, it would happen. But it's.
I'll go homer pick here. What do you think of Abreu we get in?
Jose?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'm kind of borderline because I don't know if he's got the numbers right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of that, so Big B, I know you used to give me a hard time about this all the time, right? And then we trade Will Smith, and then his first game with Houston, and he goes out there, and like Houston fans are like super excited because they're like, yeah, we got our lefty pitcher, we're super excited, and he goes out there and he allows a home run. And I was like, now you guys know how I feel. Now you guys know how it feels.
That's awesome. And not for Smith, obviously, but yeah.
I was like, yeah.
I get it. I get it. I mean, relief pitchers are it, but yeah, fans, just because they got, I mean, Twins fans did that when we got our new guys. Oh, we got our guys. It's like, we got who? I mean, I didn't know the Twins made 4 moves this trade deadline. I was just like, oh, we did? Okay. I mean,
Yeah. And what's so strange is, like, we've had 3 games since the deadline, and we made like 4 trades, and in the 4 trades that we made, I haven't really seen any of them on the field. I saw Robbie Grossman take one at bat. I saw Grossman take 1 at bat, and he got a double, and then he hasn't played since. And I'm like, so we made all these trades, and we haven't even used any of them yet, except for Grossman 1 time. I was like, this doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
And I see Dodger fans are hooting and hollering. They got Joey Gallo.
Joey Gallo, the dude bats like a 160.
Right, you're excited about that.
But if you talk to Dodger fans, he just didn't like being in New York. It got to him, so that's why he played like crap to get out of there.
I'm like, dude bats a 160.
Yeah.
They said the dude struck out more times this year than he has hits.
Yeah. Oh, he just didn't like being in New York, so he wanted out. He sucked.
That's freaking horrible.
Oh, that is bad takes. I mean, we've heard some bad takes, but that's a bad take.
That is, because nobody's going to go out there and intentionally make himself look bad.
No, exactly. I know.
No, because your trade value gets dropped way down.
Yeah.
So there is, and plus, if you're that bad, then other teams are going to be like, yeah, we don't want you because you suck.
Yeah.
So
why would we want this guy?
That's why Sano's still a Twin, because nobody wants him.
Yeah, but do you honestly think that Minnesota would trade him?
They They can't because of his contract so big and nobody wants him. I mean, they're afraid. They're honestly afraid to move him because they don't want to repeat David Ortiz situation. That's the only why he's on the team still. He's batting a 85, I think. I mean,
on the season?
Yeah. 85, 1 home runs, 5 hits, maybe 2 RBIs. I mean, yeah.
I didn't think he was hitting that bad.
Oh yeah. He tore it up. He tore it up in Triple League on a rehab assignment. So everyone's like, "Oh, can't wait for him to come up." He comes back up and he was 0 for 6, and then he went back on the DL again.
He's having a good year.
Yeah, he's having a fantastic year.
Yeah.
So, since we're on the baseball subject, are we all in agreement that Padres won the deadline?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
It's not even close.
To be able to somehow get Hader from the Brewers and then turn around and everybody's like, oh, they're out of the Nationals deal for Soto, and then walk away with Soto and Bell. I mean,
well, yeah. So
yeah.
they got Soto, they got Bell, they got Drury. I mean, I'm like, good Lord.
You think it puts them in the favorites for the World Series?
Close.
They definitely should be in the playoffs, I think. And once everything gels, I mean, we'll see. Now, here's a take. I was listening on my way to work. Should a team get an F for not making trades in the trading grade scale?
Yes, if you're in a division race and you're in it by game or whatever, you're right outside the door looking in.
Know where I'm going.
My White Sox didn't make. They made one move. One move.
I mean, if you're talking about that, though, think about the Brewers who were in first place and they trade their closer.
They trade the best closer in baseball.
So there's got to be something behind the scenes with that one that they needed to get him out of there, because I don't know how you're a first place team up 3-4 games and you're trading away your closer, your all-star closer, or trading away anybody of value and get.
Oh yeah, I forgot he went to San Diego too,
right?
Yeah.
So I was like, so they also got him too.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt the Padres won it. A+ for them.
For sure, and like I said, it's not even close.
No, it's not. But that, and I completely forgot. Like that was like one topic that I was going to touch on, being like, what the heck were the Brewers doing? Because I didn't understand it. I didn't understand what they were doing. They were right there, and they trade away their best.
First of all, I didn't even realize the Brewers were that good this year and in first place.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, they've been battling the Cards all year. So, yeah, I don't know what the Brewers are thinking. And like I said, it has to be something behind the scenes or something that Hader got traded, because I don't know why they would have.
But
that Padres GM has some dirt on the Brewers GM.
And this is a funny thing though, is I know, when the Padres were trying to trade Hosmer and get him in the deal to Washington, I'll tell you, if I'm Hosmer, I don't blame him one little bit for being like, I'm not taking that deal. I wouldn't want to go to Washington either. I'd be like, I don't want to go to that mess.
Especially
how do you stay with a team that doesn't want you? I mean,
he didn't. He got traded to Boston.
Oh, that's right. He did end up getting to Boston.
Well, then why would you want to go to a team that treated their all-star like crap? Like, they didn't even pay for his ticket to the all-star game. He had to pay for it himself.
Oh, yeah, that was ridiculous, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
He took the Braves flight, I think, if I recall.
Who's that? Soto?
Soto, yeah.
No, so he reached out to Atlanta, but Atlanta said that they were full. That their plane was full. So somebody else had paid for him, and I forgot who else it was, but somebody else did. But still, with the Hosmer situation, I didn't blame him one little bit, because I wouldn't want to go anywhere near that mess. I'd be like, I'm not trading off on that deal. I'm not going to.
When did they? Because they recently won the World Series. What was that? 19?
Yeah, but then after that, they kind of just imploded.
Yeah, exactly. How do you implode that quick?
I mean, they started, and I legitimately they got rid of like everybody, because Rendon went to the Angels, so he was gone. Trey Turner and Scherzer got traded to the Dodgers. Strasburg was hurt, which there was a lot of speculation going on, being like Strasburg will be next to be traded, because he's like the only one really left there that's really worth anything now.
I think is funny about the whole Nationals thing is when Bryce Harper left that year, they won the World Series.
Yep.
He had to feel like he's like, man, I should stay watching and be a champion right now. Instead of taking the money.
They probably would have traded him too, though.
Right.
They would have traded him somewhere. I don't know where they would have traded him to, but
yeah,
they definitely would have traded him somewhere. It's that, yeah. It's been interesting. That's all I can say. Big B, before I forget, I do like your comment today when somebody was asking you about the Vikings record, and you're like, I don't know, somewhere between 0-17 and 17-0.
That goes back to, you guys are talking, I was catching the preseason, team goes 4-0 and they think they're World or Super Bowl champs. It's like, preseason don't mean nothing. I mean, the Vikings last year, if I recall, I think were 8 games where they played that resulted in the score was like 7 points or less, and they won like 2 of them.
Right. Yeah.
So, I mean, this year I expect the Vikings, I believe the Vikings are going to start off hot, and they're going to sizzle out at the end. It just depends on how hot they're going to get and how long it's going to be. But I think that defense is going to be hungry. I think the team's going to be hungry with all their moves they make. So
that's the thing, though. Like when somebody comes out and asks you and says, what's your projected record? I tell them, heck, I can't give you an answer. And the reason I can't give you an answer, you have no idea who's going to get hurt. You have no idea who's going to be hurt on the other team. You have no idea. So it's hard to sit here and say, my projection is simply this, because you have no freaking idea.
See, for me and Dave, I think right now it's going to be, I mean, both of us have to be kind of thinking incomplete right now for record-wise. And the Packers, on the other hand, they don't have, Adams anymore. So I think, for me, I think the Packers are going to struggle to start off, but I think they're going to get hot at the right time. So I think the North is going to be a battle. I think the Lions are going to be tough. I think the whole division is going to be tough. It's crapshoot. It is the Packers' division to lose. I'll say that right now. Packers' division to lose.
Well, a lot of that goes, like you're saying, that they get out at the right time. It's going to take Aaron Rodgers time to get chemistry to the new receivers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Besides the ones who've been there before.
But I think the worst take was when who I'm pertaining to came out and said that he has the Lions to win the North because Jared Goff is a very underrated quarterback, and Jared Goff is going to take it.
Is it the same guy that said Michigan State's quarterback Rodgers is going to be the Heisman Trophy, the best thing?
Same guy that said the Jaguars are going to win the South.
Yeah,
is the GOAT of college football, and he compared him to Tony Gwynn, the GOAT in baseball.
The same guy, and so obviously,
the same guy that locked himself in the trunk.
Yeah,
same guy as all. So obviously, I can tell you, Jared Goff is not that guy.
He's just awful.
But, I mean, right now, outside of golf, can we kind of name any weapons they have? I mean...
They
Well,
I mean, I know we're all in fantasy football mode now, so we probably could, but
they got that Jameis Williams guy from
yeah, but he's out. He just found out he had like lymphoma cancer or something like
no,
that.
that was not from Detroit. That was from somewhere else. That was
Was
not,
it?
Yeah.
yeah.
That was the Williams guy that I'm pertaining to is the guy who tore his ACL.
Medicine?
Who tore his ACL last year in the national championship game. And
Yeah,
so
that's the whole thing is that
So
Williams
he-
guy,
so
that running
he's
back.
not-
I mean,
so he's not going to be healthy yet.
Yep.
It'll be a little bit before he's healthy.
Yep.
They do have DeAndre Swift, which I think is going to be a good running back.
Swift is a good running back. I forgot he was still there, but I mean,
TJ Hawkinson at tight end, he's still there.
yep.
So they do have a few guys. I just don't know if Jared Goff is going to be the answer at quarterback for him.
No, and no, he's not going to be the answer. They got draft picks. I mean, they should have made a move this year, but depending on who you talk to, the quarterback class ain't that good. But I would have took a flyer on that kid that what the heck was his name? I think he went in the third or fourth round, but he was supposed to be projected as one of the best quarterbacks.
Willis.
Yeah, Willis. If I'm Detroit, I would have wasted a pick on that, just to get him in there. I mean,
well, the quarterback class this year was trash. I mean, it was pretty.
Yeah, it would be time to tell, but it's all where you're drafted at. I mean,
Didn't he end up getting drafted by the Titans, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll sit behind Tannehill.
Malik Willis.
Yeah. Which
Tannehill.
one of the guys I'm kind of watching. I want to see what he does. I mean, him and the tight end that was from went to the Jets, I think it was late in the first round. No, it wasn't a tight end. It was it a defensive tackle? He got picked a couple of places before the Vikings drafted. Who's actually from Minnesota? So I was kind of going to watch what he does. So
I
have no clue what you're talking
yeah,
about.
I'll find the name. I know. I believe he went to the Jets in the first round.
I don't know.
The Ohio State receiver?
What?
You talking about
No, he's not a receiver. He was a bigger guy. He was either a tight end or a defensive guy. Yeah. If I had my computer up, I'd be able to rattle off his name.
Hey, Crispy, while you're in the background, look up the draft to see who the Jets drafted.
I believe it was in the first round, but speaking of names, I did not realize that Trey Lance was actually from Minnesota. They were talking about him on the local radio here because they're like, "Oh, I can't wait for the hometown boy to come home with the Niners for our inter-squad practice." I'm like, Trey Lance is from Minnesota? Wow.
But he didn't play for Minnesota.
No, he went to North Dakota, that's where I thought he was from. I didn't think he was from Minnesota. So, not that I want him. I mean,
no, but apparently right now he is the starter, so he's supposed to be the starter going in. So
yep, and there's an early prediction from one of our co-hosts on Morning Tailgate that by week 7 it'll be birdie time or whatever. Yeah,
shocker.
Yeah,
his new love.
I don't think that'll happen.
He'll be like a big team.
So, going on to another topic here, I wanted to bring this up. So, as we know, the LIV is competing with the PGA, and we know that. They actually came out. The LIV offered. I don't know if you guys saw this, but they offered. No, what?
They offered Barkley a deal to be announcer. I thought that's where you're going with that.
No. They reached out to Tiger Woods.
Oh, wow.
They offered Tiger Woods $700 million to go play in the LIV, and Tiger Woods said, nope.
And Isn't that the league that Greg Norman runs or something?
Yeah, so he turned it down. But this is the interesting thing. So you can't if you sign a contract with the LIV, the PGA will not allow you to play there. So so if you play in the LIV, you can't play in the PGA. But LIV has no problem with you playing in the PGA. It's PGA is saying nope, you can't play here if you play with the LIV. And so to me, it's kind of interesting. I get it. They're trying to make a little bit of a competition thing. I get it. You know, the PGA has already lost some big names to the LIV, you know, like Justin Rose. I thought that Tiger Woods was going to be going. Tiger Woods did not go. He turned down a buttload of money, which actually surprised me. But
I'm not surprised he's still chasing that green jet, the
major
titles thing.
And I think it has a lot to do with politics and who's the money behind the LIV or whatever it's called. So
he's still trying to break Jack Nicklaus records or whatever his name is.
Yeah, I think he's trying to. He's chasing that jacket, like you're saying.
Yeah.
But still, Messaround, do you think it's like wrong of PGA to be like, if you're playing in the LIV, you can't play here?
Yeah, I mean, why don't they use it like it's a minor league thing? You see some guy break out over there. Hey, come over here where the big boys play.
Because people are thinking that the LIV is going to be huge.
It could. I mean,
if they keep stealing names, they're going to be big.
Yeah.
They're maybe. Maybe.
First up is they need that big contract, TV contract first.
Yeah, which is true. I just don't agree with how PGA is handling.
Yeah.
I feel like they could be handling the situation a heck of a lot better. I believe that they should be welcoming, you know, the players to be like, hey, if we have a tournament here and you want to play here, that's cool. When we don't have a tournament here, if you want to go play with LIV, that's fine. I have no problem.
That would be like the NFL, MLB, or NBA saying, hey, G League guys or, you know, our minor league guys, none of you guys are coming over, you're playing there, you're not coming to the big leagues.
But it's only PGA events they can't play in. I mean, because there's certain golf events that they can still play in if they're an LIV guy. So, but the PGA players won't talk to them.
Yeah, unless it's sponsored by PGA. If it's sponsored by PGA, they can't play in it.
Yep.
And that's where the problem lies, because that's where like a lot of like your main golfers like Justin Rose and Dustin Johnson and all these guys were getting upset because they're like, well, heck, LIV
ain't the money guaranteed though too over there? Ain't the money like guaranteed?
Yeah, it's guaranteed, but these guys are saying, well, I've been playing in the PGA forever and I want to go try it here, and they're telling me that if I go over there and try it here, then I can't play here. So a lot of the like bigger guys in PGA are getting upset about it because they're not able to actually go and play in both, and they don't like it.
Yeah, I wouldn't like it either.
I mean,
what you're really doing is you're handcuffing them for making more money.
You are. You really are.
But I guarantee if a big name, I mean, after all this blows over, I mean, of course, you could say no big names are coming back, but I guarantee, let's just say Tiger Woods took the money, went over there, played out whatever, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm coming back to the PGA." PGA would bring him back.
Oh, with open arms.
Well, no. Yeah. What they're saying is PGA's not saying that if you leave, you can't come back there. What they're saying is that if you have a contract with LIV and you go play over there and you're under contract with them, but a PGA tournament comes up
Oh yeah, no, I
He's saying you won't be allowed to come over here and play until
Yeah.
you're no longer associated with them. You can't be
Yep.
associated with them if you want to play here.
yeah. Conflict of interest type thing. I mean, is what it comes down to. I mean, is it right or wrong? You know, I don't know. I mean, like Messaround said, I mean, you're stopping me from making more money playing outside of the PGA. Yeah, probably wrong, but it's a competition now. I mean, you can't work at Target and Walmart at the same time.
Well, you probably could.
You could.
No, Walmart won't allow it. If they know that you're working at another competitor, they won't let you.
Oh, I actually didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
I thought you were just trying to make a comparison. I was going to be like, what the heck are you talking about?
No, yeah. I mean, just like me working at the casino, I can't work at another casino. It's conflict of interest. So, and so I don't know. I mean, I guess let them make the money. I mean, what's the big deal?
Yeah, it's just about the money, anyways.
Well, I mean, I guess if PJ really wanted to, they could be like, hey, as long as you guys are promoting us fire over there, like if they cross promote each other.
Well, Dave, you're right. I mean, if okay, you want Speed to come over, then we want promotions, we want airtime. I get your point on that.
Promote our events, we'll promote your events, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, anyways, we are at that point in time now to our time's just about up. So, Messaround, any final thoughts for you, sir?
Nope. I'm still disappointed in my White Sox and I'm making but one move, and it's for the reliever from Boston. It was terrible, Boston.
All right. Messaround or Big B, any final thoughts for you?
No, thanks for letting me come on for the last 20, 30 minutes or so. Football season started. Season premiere for Morning Tailgate will be August 14th. You'll see myself, Messaround, Crispy Bacon behind the scenes, and our new co-host, Tim Hendricks. So can't wait for that to come out.
Like it. We definitely want to thank everybody for watching again. We knew we would get the show up and going. It was just going to take a little bit, but we are back, and it definitely feels good to be back. So it's like we've always said, this show is completely unscripted. We go in with zero scripts whatsoever. So if anybody ever has any topics you want to talk about, just drop them in the comment section. So with that, we hope everybody has a fantastic night. And we will see you next Thursday for another episode of, the Skinny and Messaround, and maybe Biggie will be here too. We don't know. So tonight, Big B was the Biggie tonight. So there you go.
Oh, very Biggie.
So everybody have a fantastic night, and we will see you next week.